Welcome everyone back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Garzan.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Invincible.
Yep.
Episode 8, season finale. We'll see how this all ends. If you really enjoyed our reactions, or if you enjoy this reaction, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment for more stuff like this in case you aren't super into anime and you want to see more stuff like Invincible or other things, or maybe leave a suggestion in the comments of what you'd like us to see. Let's go. Let's see Nolan versus the world, I guess, part 2. Oh.
Great.
No.
Holy shit.
Someone's controlling you. Dad, tell me how to stop them. Mark, let my dad go. Let him go.
Stop. It's me, Mark. It's just me.
I mean, he was also just being attacked.
This isn't how I wanted.
I mean, he was screaming murderer
I don't
and
have a choice.
said you should have stayed dead,
For you to know
so.
where I really come from.
Okay.
I am from Viltrum, but
Viltrum
it's not the planet I've told you about.
It's a warrior planet.
In order for our people to reach their full potential, we had to remove the weak from our society. It was a long and difficult process.
That whole planet battle royale.
By the time I was born, Viltrum was already the greatest empire in our galaxy.
Empire.
We decided to make it the only empire in our galaxy. I was old enough, I joined the war effort. It was hard, but I believe in our cause.
Those guys.
Resisted, of course, but soon our empire encompassed thousands of planets. But as our territory grew, our forces were stretched thin and our expansion stopped. Our most trusted officers were each given a planet to weaken by themselves. I was one of those lucky few.
Yeah, he's there to conquer
I couldn't
Earth.
tell your mother why I was here. And now, we need to get Earth ready to join the Viltrum Empire. This is good news. We can finally do what we were meant to do, be who we were meant to be.
You lied to me.
You couldn't know the truth, not until you had your powers, not until I was sure.
Sure of what?
Sure you were a Viltrumite.
So if I wasn't, I'd just be one more human to conquer? No. You love me. You love Mom. I know you do.
Do you have any idea how long we live? The older we get, the slower we age. Viltrumite DNA is so pure, you're nearly full-blooded. You'll live for thousands of years.
Holy shit.
You understand what that means? Everyone you know and love will be gone before you even look.
It's a good thing you got broken up with.
So he doesn't give a shit about
your world.
his wife.
We can stop war, eliminate hunger, give them medical technology centuries ahead of what they have now. We've already been doing it. If it wasn't for you and me, this planet would be in flames. All we have to do is welcome Earth into our empire. I do love
What'll
your
happen to
mother,
humans, though?
she's more like a pet to me.
A pet?
This is the only way, Mark.
Don't touch me.
If you just didn't say that.
Yeah, that was like taking it way too far.
Then I'm gonna go enslave my friends for a bunch of aliens I've never met? This is my life! These are my people!
We have a responsibility to Viltrum.
I don't give a shit about
crazy.
Viltrum. I don't care if I live a fucking million years. This is my home, and I won't let you destroy it.
You don't know what you're saying, and I can't let you interfere.
I know exactly what I'm saying.
So be it.
Let's fucking go!
Imagine if that was just it.
Is Cthulhu alive?
Do you
Seems pretty
really
dead.
think you can stop me?
They're literally like Saiyans. They're not like Superman, they're like Saiyans. But even more psychologically twisted.
I need to know where they're going before they get there. Debbie, I'm so sorry you had to listen to that.
They're going to kill each other.
Yeah, that's really fucked up.
Chicago, they're in range. Scramble our jets.
What could they do?
After After everything else we've thrown at Nolan, not much. But at least they're a distraction. Maybe it'll give the kid a chance to think of something.
Holy
Jesus, man.
fuck. Okay, what do we do?
Did they all hear that?
Do what?
This battle is beyond our current capabilities.
Robot is
True.
Rudy's right. We'll get our chance to help.
Eve!
Smart. At least they're being smart about it.
Yeah.
If they all act together, at least they can try to help.
I truly hope Mark lives up to his name. To face his father and survive, he'll need to be...
That was actually the best use of that. That was so sick.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know, man. This is crazy. That reveal was so cool. Oh, God.
Don't do this! It's not too late!
Yes, it is.
Those look like expensive jets.
Going to be expensive lawn ornaments in a minute here.
Yeah. They just try to kamikaze them?
Look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power. It's right to pity them, Mark. Wrong to value them over your own kind.
Direct hit. Repeat.
Thank you for your service. They just get killed instantly.
Just trying to save one guy.
Yeah.
He just got him killed. Get the fuck out of here. He's just gonna land on him. He's gonna...
Thank you. Didn't think I was gonna make it.
Almost killed him!
Instead, you saved it. For what?
No!
Where was that other one?
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Where was that other one?
Hour and 50 years when he's old, what difference does it make?
What difference? He'd have a life!
Did seeing that man lose his life disturb you? Did it hurt? Well, let's see how you handle this.
A nice peaceful city. Everyone minding their own business.
He's just gonna go like a bullet through all these skyscrapers. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay, now just fly like as far as possible away from any cities.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What about the other 20 people who are in the other side of the building? Oh my fucking God, dude. Oh my God.
How could you do this?
That was your fault. Your stubbornness against the inevitable killed those people. How many more need to die, Mark? It's up to you. And what were they doing with those fragile little lives anyway? Listen to what I'm saying.
About how pathetic and pointless humanity is. Is Mom's life worthless?
In the grand scheme of things, yes.
Debbie.
How could you say those things? How could you say that about Mom? Liar!
For the first time in your life, I'm telling you the truth.
Shit.
I need to save them.
No. Maybe this time you'll learn.
This.
These people are meaningless. They're cavemen without us.
I've seen you save people. I've seen you almost die. Maybe you were a viltrumite when you came to Earth, but you've changed. You were happy here.
Sure, I was happy for a time, but I'm loyal to Viltrum, not this pathetic excuse for a civilization.
Take a deep breath, take a deep breath. Okay.
My time here has been a speck in the span of my life. You don't know me. I will burn this planet down before I spend another minute living among these animals. Please.
That facial animation was scary.
I was wrong to raise you as a human. I should have prepared you better, taught you more. You're a viltrumite in blood only. Well, your true education begins now.
Oh no. What is he gonna do?
Gear up. We can't stop this fight, but we can save lives.
Cecil's orders were to stay here.
We don't care. You're not a robot anymore, remember?
This is
Just for no, like...
just because? Is he going to the core of the fucking Earth? What is he doing? This is way more brutal than I thought it was gonna be. Avalanche. Oh my god! He did not even just the snow and ice, just the whole mountain.
Whole thing.
Had enough yet?
I'll stop you.
I'm ready when you are. You're doing this for nothing. Being a part of the Empire will make Earth better than it ever was.
And what if they resist?
That's why we're here. To show them how wrong they are, how pointless it is, that they can be a part of something
You're
bigger.
doing a pretty bad job of selling them on that.
I won't let you.
You want to die for this planet? Fine. What's 17 more years? I can always start again. Make another kid.
What are you doing?
If I have to watch this game, I'd have a better view from above.
You know you can't do that. It's bad enough you're standing over here like a weirdo. Come sit down.
This is a waste of everyone's time. There's so much more I could be doing right now.
Oh, you're gonna miss it. We made him. He's ours. When he feels joy, we feel joy. See that look on his face? How can you see that and not feel the same way? As we get older, it's harder to feel that. The weight of the world, it bogs us down. Nice one, honey. But our children remind us of the joys in life, shows us what life is all about. This is humanity.
Keep going, Mark, keep going!
Come on, Mark!
No way.
Go, Mark, go! Come on, buddy, you...
But he's gonna lose. He's gonna get... It's not...
Safe!
Oh, he was safe.
Did you see that? Did you see? Oh, that was amazing!
Yeah, I saw.
Fuck my life, dude. Holy shit.
Damn it!
You can't tell me you don't care at all. You cannot tell me that you don't care at all.
Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can watch everyone around you die. Think, Mark. You'll outlast every fragile, insignificant being on this planet. You'll live to see this world crumble to dust and blow away. Everything you know will be gone. What will you have after 500 years?
You, Dad. I still have you.
He has no enemies. Mark has no enemies.
Dad?
It's not for nothing.
Leaves.
All the blood burned away. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's crying. He fucking knows, dude. That's the thing. Even if, so what? Everyone else goes. At least they'd have each other.
Yeah, not anymore.
I think if both of them live for 500 years, I think they'll reconnect at some point.
Seen in downtown Chicago, as darkness falls on the day, the world's changed.
The damage you can see behind me was done in a matter of minutes before they carried.
Imagine his, he knew everything, but he couldn't do anything about it.
The loss, it's like nothing I've ever seen. Asking the same question. How could someone promise to keep us safe, to protect us against any threat become that threat?
Are they gonna kill them? Or capture them?
Probably just capture them again.
After seeing that the immortal got brought back, they did what they couldn't do.
To clear the area before rebuilding can begin.
Holy shit.
Cost in lives is incalculable.
That, oh my.
The globe and Adam Eve are on the scene.
Yeah, just trying to rescue people.
Is that little girl alive somehow?
But for now, we can be thankful that the danger is behind us.
Couldn't really be sure about that.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. That scene when he was like falling over everybody and then in the train.
Yeah.
That was more like, I've seen a bunch of anime where like hundreds of people just get turned into hamburger meat and shit. Like that was worse than anything like that. Like
I think so.
You're safe now. It's all over. Here, drink. I'm so proud of you. I'll let you rest.
Debbie? Sorry.
It's okay.
Since we want to preserve Omni-Man's secret identity to keep you and Mark safe, Nolan Grayson officially died when the house across the street exploded from a gas leak. Now, Nolan's travel books always sold well, but sales will see a significant spike after his death. So you and Mark will be fine for money. And don't be alarmed if you see yourself and Mark on the news. We sent proxies to the funeral so your lives can go back to some kind of normal once Mark's healed up.
Normal?
Proxies?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean... Nolan was doing everything under my nose and I never saw it. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't make things as right as they can be.
W. Cecil.
Man.
Oh, he's got like a mech suit.
That's cool. Cleaning off the blood.
We haven't earned it yet.
Seriously? Fuck off.
I said stop! Now we look like a team.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Whatever that was.
Monster Girl just aged herself back.
Yeah,
into
just for a show of strength. Oh, great! My favorite character's back.
Oh, they're finally trying to work as a team now.
Oh, hey, William.
Oh, hey, Eve.
Have you heard from Mark?
Not since that stuff between him and his dad on the news. I'm really worried that... Oh, shit.
Wait a minute, you know he's invincible?
Oh, man. You know, too? Oh, thank God. I thought I should. You think he's okay?
I don't know.
I saw my dad fly away. Where'd he go?
Get your rest, kid. We'll talk later.
Hey, wait. Wait. Aren't you gonna tell me what happened?
That depends.
On what?
On if you still want to be a hero or not.
I don't know.
Come with me. I wanted to tell you that your mother heard everything your dad said.
She heard everything? How could you do that?
Don't you think she deserves to know the truth?
Yeah, but...
Your mother knew he killed the Guardians, but she was holding out hope there was a good reason for it. So was I. Better for her to know everything about your father.
Maybe you're right. Wait a minute, where are we?
No, sorry.
We're in the void. Oh. And where was that when we needed it?
Oh, shit.
That's enough. Lights.
Where'd all that go?
The water America drinks so conveniently from their taps is laced with a chemical that inhibits the ability to see certain frequencies of light.
Oh, shit.
So it's...
You and everyone else in America do not have the ability to see the things in this room.
That's so smart.
Damn.
Oh, that's
To answer your
genius.
question, we monitored your father until he left our
That's
solar
how the
system.
invisible shit
He
works.
didn't change trajectory, so he's
That's
going
crazy.
somewhere pretty damn far away. Which means we need a replacement.
No. Not now. Not yet.
Your dad didn't leave me with a lot of options, Mark. If I can't call on you, well, there's not really a list past the Guardians of the Globe.
I know. I'm
Those
sorry.
guys, they suck.
Guess who's finally getting his powers?
Oh, that's great. If you really want to do what I do, you have to be prepared for anything.
Dad!
Ow! Ribs.
I'm scared, Dad.
Along the way, you're going to need to do things you don't want to do or might not think you can do. You're a viltrumite. We have responsibilities that normal humans don't.
I want to do what you do. I want to be just like you.
You will be, son. You will be.
Messed up.
Fuck.
Those guys could have at least, like, put some groceries in there.
Dinner. Want to get a pizza?
Mark!
Whoa.
Mark! Oh, man.
You didn't see her walking up the street like 5 seconds ago? I thought it was gonna be fucking Nolan.
Me too.
Or it might be in a second.
We're not open.
Oh no.
How did you
Okay, Jesus Christ.
I spent so much time thinking about if Nolan had killed the Guardians and why he would have done it. I didn't think about what would happen afterward. After everything Nolan said and did, I still can't believe it. I can't believe our time together was a lie. I wish he'd come back.
Me too.
Pour me one of those.
I've only got the one glass.
I don't care. Pour.
I like that. That they're not like
Yeah.
just hey or all that shit just erased
Yeah.
completely. That they like I think that's good. That's realistic.
Can we talk about something else?
We can try, but it's literally all anyone is talking about in the whole world. Sorry. New topic.
You guys see the new season of Demon Slayer? Shit's lit, bro.
Now, hurry.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
What was that?
Cecil.
I know, but you don't want to do this. Someone's flying towards Earth from deep space. Still trying to figure out who it is, but
It's gonna be fucking Seth Rogen Cyclops alien.
Oh.
Hey, you wanna join the
Well, I'm Adam Eve.
What a surprise.
Oh
you
my
don't wear
God,
any
I
disguise
see it now.
whatsoever.
You
Yeah.
can make doubles of yourself.
No, that's duplicate. I'm the pink one.
Oh, right. Of course.
She's the coolest and
Yeah,
best
she's the best.
one,
She has
you
the best
guys.
powers aside from fucking Invincible. That's so sick. That is so sick how it
That's
burns
what I was
away.
saying, how he was always wearing that underneath. That's how he changes so fast.
It's gonna be Seth Rogen alien.
Yeah.
Yep.
Invincible!
Oh. It's just you.
Oh, thank heavens. I thought I was too late.
Oh.
Warn me.
When I returned to the Coalition of Planets to tell them I'd been going to Earth and...
Rival empires.
They lost their minds. Earth is off limits. There's a viltrumite living on your planet.
Oh, that.
What? You already know?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
This would be cool, huh?
We do want to join. As a matter of fact, that would be awesome.
You just left? That's nuts, man.
Yeah. As far as we can tell, my dad is just gone.
That is super weird for a viltrumite. They don't just give up. They're relentless.
I mean, who says he's not gonna come back?
They blew up our planet rather than lose it.
Jesus.
Can't imagine what you're going through. Literally, like I have no concept of it. With my homeworld gone, my people had to create breeding camps just to stop us from going extinct. I've never even met my father.
After the last few days, I'm jealous.
The Coalition of Planets will want to hear about you.
Hell yeah.
The Coalition is trying to unite enough worlds to stop the Viltrumite Empire.
Fuck yeah.
The thing is, no one's even heard of a Viltrumite abandoning their post. It's insane. It just doesn't happen.
That proves that there's something.
Mm-hmm.
That proves that he's
Let me know if I can
coming
do
around.
anything.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't get
Right.
why you're smiling.
Just thinking about everything I've been through. How huge it all feels. But the fact it's just a small part of something much larger makes it all seem more manageable. I don't know, but it helps.
Sorry to rain on your parade. That happens on Earth, right? Anyway, once they find out your father took off, the Viltrumites are gonna come for you. Trust me, when they set their sights on a planet, they do it.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. It's
I
not.
hope so.
And
What's the plan in the
you'll
meantime?
be ready?
Unite with the Martians?
It's just showing like the...
Oh, the guy in the arm cast that they fucked up when they escaped the first time? He's alive?
How?
Everybody's coming back. Oh shit.
Those are crazy still.
Finish high school, I guess.
Upgraded too.
Oh, all right, good. Sounds good.
Just
What is high school?
Cool.
What is high school? Next up, the boys. What a surprise. Wow. Great episode. That was something. That was like by far the most brutal like display of
Yeah, they
human
really
fragility.
sold it, too.
Oh yeah. That's like what we were talking about in the first episode, what I brought up of like the animation reflecting like the fragility of the human body and like the transitional like from life to just meat, you know?
Yeah.
Like that was sold so well in this. When Invincible's just like waving his hand, like just trying to do whatever he can, and it's just like it's like they're thin as a balloon. Like they just like fucking like they're literally just a bunch of water balloons, and he's, you know, it sells like the brutality of it, just like the, you know, the difference in their level of strength,
yeah,
like in their bodies, you know, like how different he is from a normal human, and that whole shit. I don't even know what to say. I actually don't know what to say. It's just such a well-written character arc, you know? And then the fact that he really was
he
invested.
cared about him a little bit, like yeah.
He was having his own sort of battle with the human versus viltrumite stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I love how they make it clear that he says it like 4 times, the Cyclops alien. He's just like, wow, like that is so unheard of.
That never happened.
That has never happened before, ever. Like he reiterates like 4 times how different this is, just to drive home like, okay, maybe there is hope for Nolan. Maybe there is like hope for him to maybe help defend against Viltrum, you know?
Yeah, I wonder, like, yeah, it's crazy now if they're all gonna just come for them, but also, like, where Nolan is, and if he could have a redemption arc somehow at the end, like, if all of his people are coming to kill Earth.
He and his son team up.
He can come back and, like, defeat them, because he has, like, realized that he actually does care and isn't as loyal to them, and even though this is just a small part of his life, it's still, like, more meaningful than the rest of his other hundreds of years that was just, like, stupid and just like, oh, I'm super strong, so now I'm gonna take over other places. Like that's not like really a meaningful existence, you know? I
guess it's hard to find meaning in something that is just so insignificant to you.
It's so temporary, like
yeah. So, you know, but it's either, okay, I find meaning in like conquering all of these worlds for people who I can build or like have some kind of relationship with, you know, like, or relationships with people who are just gonna go away, and you know, like I can understand the psychology of it for sure. And obviously he like there's been like selective breeding with his planet as well, like the way they just cut the population in half. Anybody who's below a certain threshold is dead and gone. They've literally it's full on Saiyan shit of just like only the strong survive. Only, like, you know, we conquer planets, we take them over, we sell them to the highest bidder. I guess they don't sell them, they just conquer them, but still, it's understandable, and it's just so it's just sad. It's just sad, and when Mark in the end is just like, I'll have you in the end, like that, you know, and then he didn't think of that, like that he's just like, it's like, if you have each other, isn't that the same thing? Like, you know, like, isn't that more meaningful than all these than these people you have? Like, I don't know. It's just that I guess that conflict was enough to just drive him away, and
yeah, he couldn't.
Man.
He couldn't do it, so he just had to leave, because no one's gonna stop if he's just like hanging around, you know.
Oh yeah, and we said in the episode, but when Debbie goes to see what's his name? She's not over it, and he's not over it, and like he threw the pictures away,
and she can like go there and talk to him because she knows that they were clearly like they were closer than like I had originally thought. Like it's clear that they were like best friends for a long time. So it's that she can go there and she knows that she can admit that she misses him.
With no judgment.
Yeah, and knowing that he feels the same way.
I love that. That's so like, it's just so realistic.
And it's with the whole like with them like faking his death and stuff. And I imagine to her and to Mark and like the people that knew him, it's like, well, he might as well have just died because he's not the same. Like the person that you knew like didn't like never even existed and like is gone forever.
Yeah.
So it's just really messed up and just really sad.
Well, and as we learn, like the fucked up thing is that he didn't just not exist. He wasn't fully lying. Like that makes it even more painful. It's not just they got duped and they missed the version of him that they knew. That was partially real. Like there was always that conflict, or else you wouldn't have left. And the fact that again they reiterate no other viltrumite has ever done this. It's so unheard of. Hits home that like he definitely had more of a connection than even he was leading on.
I wonder if Mark had never had his powers, if he would have just waited till like the two of them died before taking over the planet or something. Like because he jumped into action after Mark had his powers, and I wonder if if he never got his powers, then he would have just like let them live their lives and die because he did kind of care about them. And then take over, or if he would have been able to more easily detach himself by being like, oh, he's separate from me, he's not like a part of me, and whether they died now or whether they die later doesn't make any difference. I don't know.
Man, I loved this episode a lot. This was really, really well done. I don't know. I was afraid if there was going to be any more violence. Like I feel like in the first episode, what I'm saying is like in the first episode, the violence is like very brutal and realistic and surprising given what giving the context of the rest of the first episode. And then as the show goes along, you kind of get more used to it. And then I was not expecting to feel as attached as I was to the violence in this, like to feel that as affected as I was. That I like seriously, I can't even undersell how fucked up I was about that whole thing. This whole scene here was just, it was tragic, man. I love it. It's so good. It's so well done. This whole episode was well done, and yeah. Very good. I liked all the Viltrum backstory. My one thing with the show is the character and the conflict that I was most interested in.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Is gone and over. It may come back, but now they're setting up for like a war, a war arc.
And the thing is,
and
well,
like
too,
more to do with just the side characters, which were interesting, but it seems like it's gonna be more with like the team of people, the team of heroes, and it's gonna be more about that, and like just more episodic, like fighting villains, bringing people to our side, hopefully preparing for like Viltrum to invade, and that to me is I'm less interested in that than I am in like this relationship and conflict,
Yeah.
So I don't know how this is gonna go.
And that's what makes me think as well is I am unsure a little bit. Like I do like the way it was handled, and as long as what comes after is really good, because because I think that him having like this having an ego thing, because that's like ends up not being the case. He had a job.
It is the case. It's both. It is a job, but he also is, oh, you insignificant, this and that.
Yeah.
It was both. It was more than that, but it was an ego thing too.
That's true, but I guess it is the same, just like scaled up.
Yeah.
Like instead of like, oh, I need to be the protector of this place, it's like, oh no, my people need to take over this place because we're just better than you. So yeah, I guess you're right. It is kind of the same thing, just like scaled up to like involve more people.
Yeah.
I just hope that like the scaling it up to involve more people doesn't just like make the story weaker
Yeah.
later. It, like, isn't just a way to drag out the story that possibly could have been like finished up now if it had just been him going off the rails and like wanting to save everyone and wanting to be the hero so bad that he then becomes the villain and then has to be defeated, you know?
Because the relationship was very personal and small scale and relatable, and you know, you could see it was just a father-son like drama, mom caught in the middle type thing, and it's the small scale of it really sold it. And then when you expand it out to like include these greater things of like society and the fragility of humanity and the you know, how short-lived everything is and how meaningless the life is, and you know, why even bother, all that type of shit, you know, that it means something because it came from this small core of this like family and these feelings of family. And when you just expand it out to, just include more, okay, this is about alien battle and, I don't know, like, super villains, like, it to me, that loses, like, if it becomes that and there's not a way to keep that core, or if the way they keep that core is, hey, Amber, you're my girlfriend, and I care about Amber, and I want to build our life together with Amber, my favorite girl.
Sorry, to protect everything,
Or like, oh, Amber and Eve, now we're friends, and like, I like both of them, and which side am I gonna choose?
Even though I'm gonna outlive them all by a million years.
If that's gonna be, if we went from the core being Nolan and Mark and Debbie, and that being the sort of core of this, and then Mark, you know, with his relationships and stuff like that on the side, if the core now becomes like Amber and Eve and, you know, all that stuff, I feel like it's not gonna hit as hard.
It's just a little bit of a weaker...
It's just a weaker core.
Yeah.
It's not as intriguing as... And Nolan as a character is such a powerhouse and is just so intriguing that him being gone will... I think it will definitely change the way that I see the show for sure. I hope that they can fill the void that he left with something equally interesting or more interesting.
Yeah.
Because if it's going in the direction that I think it will, I think that it's gonna kind of flop, honestly.
That's what I'm a little bit worried about as well, because I felt like this show had a lot of like ups and downs for me, and I felt like all of the really great moments were involving the family, or the side story with Robot, or like little moments here and there. But I feel like overall, you know, the episode with the aliens coming back was good because it was funny and like it was very like comedic in that sense. But I felt like some of the other episodes when they went to the college, like it was just kind of weak. It wasn't as interesting. There was something crazy going on, but it was kind of just like, oh, this is something crazy that's just happening.
Yeah.
So that the characters have something to do and can deal with this like one-off stupid villain that's like flying
It's
around.
like I'm not watching the show to see the relatable young hero Mark. Oh, he's so cool, and he's got these girls, and they're, you know, he's a high school guy, and he's trying to balance his home life with his hero life, and you know, how's that gonna work out? I'm not watching it for that. I'm watching it for more to do with like what that means with Nolan and Cecil, I guess, and more with Robot. But even Robot as a character is really good, and his struggle to like, you know, be comfortable in his own skin and live the life he wants to live, that's interesting. But like, I'm not watching the show for like, oh, heroes fighting villains and oh, it's just really violent. Like, that's not what I want. This type of, not even just like, just because Nolan's gone doesn't mean the show has no chance for me, but like the story without him is significantly more generic and not as interesting.
Are we just going to go into a training arc where we just keep fighting these one-off things that are coming to Earth and to eventually prepare, and then Mark is like, oh, do I want to be a hero? And then he decides he wants to fight for humanity, and then it's this whole thing of like, you know, his people.
They got to throw something in there.
Yeah,
they got to throw something. Yeah, something with that. Like they got to tap into
and
that.
It's just
core.
like, oh yeah, we're gonna work with these other alien planets to then, you know, fight back. And it's just like, okay, at what point does it like stop getting bigger? And like, is it just gonna keep getting bigger?
I don't. The size isn't. I think the main issue. I think I don't think like it being bigger or small. Like I think it being a smaller scale at the core is what mattered. But like, how are they what psychology are they going to play with here? Because like the whole thing with Nolan being torn and not seeing it, never getting his inner monologue, and like never seeing him open up really until the very end, and seeing how he is, just seeing how he is distant from his family, and how he sees them sees his wife as a pet, and how he manipulated her when she was in college, and like all that shit, all these little psychological things, the whole ego and all that stuff, like how that plays into it is interesting. So, you know, how are they going to put that onto Mark? Like, what is Mark going to do? Learning to be like a human viltrumite, at like fully understanding his lineage, and like how is that going to come through? What conflict is going to arise out of that, if any? Or is he just going to be more of like a Mary Sue, like, you know, I want to do good, and you know, how are they going? What complications are you see
with how like the Amber thing could even come back more into play if it's like if it's the same thing of like, oh yeah, this is his like humanity, and this is his like, he now fully knows who he is and where he comes from.
Like, how is he going to struggle with, like, now that he knows how old he's going to be, like, is that going to fuck him up and mess up his relationships? And like, maybe that will add something interesting to the dynamic, and not in a way of like, oh, I just don't want to hurt her, or I don't want to, like, you know, I like, is he gonna get, like, you gotta tread that line and walk that line and make it interesting, not just, you know, oh, I just want what's best for Amber and I just want to help people. It's like, that worked good when there was somebody like Nolan on the other side who was, who, you know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there needs to be that complexity, and it feels like Nolan was like the epicenter of that, of the complexity and the, all the interest that I had about, you know, all the psychological shit, and all the different themes and all the conflict and all of like the stuff that was like non-standard and interesting, sort of revolved around what Nolan was doing. And if you take him out, the story, it loses a lot of what made it really interesting. So, and just judging just based on the, like, the montage at the end, it seems like you know, is it just gonna be quirky superhero story with blood and guts? Like, that's not what made this season good. That's not what made this episode good. What made this episode good was the conflict, was like the familial bond being tested, and the brutality, not just for shock value, but to illustrate, you know, like Nolan was using it to illustrate his points and to make an argument and to, you know, sell, like it was as if he was saying all the stuff, and then he was showing it. Showing how insignificant it is by like causing all this destruction, and using that not just to communicate to us like the argument, the conversation, but as a rebuttal towards Mark, and you know, it was good visual storytelling and using the world to play out this conflict. And but if the conflict is just, oh, aliens are coming to destroy us and we need to team up and gather allies and, you know, do this research and like learn about these clones and like all that stuff, that's all nonsense science, sci-fi, superhero bullshit that's supposed to be in service of something more important. And that thing that was more important is kind of simmering down for the bit. So maybe what'll happen is next season will be more episodic and more procedural, more like something you've seen before, but with more blood and guts and more like teenage drama. Oh, Amber's going off to college, and I'm being a superhero instead, and our relationship's being tested, and Eve is like, you know, helping people over here, and I kind of want to learn what that's more about. Maybe we can build a life together. And William finds another boyfriend, and he's being kind of funny off to the side. This, like, you know, almost Friends-like dynamic. If that's what's going to be, like, you know, relatable high school, now college comedy, drama, romantic comedy, interspliced with violence and aliens and, like, planning for an alien invasion. And that, all that stuff, like, they need to add. It's missing a lot of what, it's missing what drew me in. So, that, it's not impossible. But that's going to be the test. Is that element going to be reinforced or replaced or, you know, taken a step further? Or is it just when Nolan leaves, all the complexity leaves, and all that we're left with is, you know, what they think we want, or what they think the average viewer of superhero stuff wants, or, you know, like their general audience. Like, are they just going to pander to that with like all of the, you know, run kind of a script for the next season? That's what I don't want. But And I guess the reason why I'd be disappointed in that is because of how good this was. They really stepped up the bar with this season and with how this all played out in this episode. So you can't just go back to that. You can't like you can't just like remove all that and just be violent superhero show, you know?
Yeah.
Because they did something really good here.
I agree. Yeah. I hope that it's gonna be good. I don't know when season 2 is coming out. I guess
very soon.
It's pretty soon.
Like the next couple months or weeks or something.
Yeah, well, I hope that it's good. I think that it could be. I think it could be. I think it just depends on whatever, like if it's a good story that was able to be continued on past this point, or if it was just continued on past this point.
Or was this like the premise and then like the loop closed and now it's like
and then you just went off on like
other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out.
And that's to wait for next season. See you in the next one, I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.